Right, evening everybody.
Evening, Jackie and Tony here, having a cup of tea in the back of the camper van,
As you do.
as you do. Yeah, we did make a video yesterday in the park, didn't we? But
We did, but yeah, Jackie used her phone and
it was rubbish.
it was a bit shaker, weren't it?
Yeah, so, well, we've come on here today to have a chat about, well, it's Monday, and we've gone back to work.
Yeah, I was
And
up at
stupid o'clock.
5:30 this morning.
Yeah.
And when you've been on a weekend out, when you've been out in the van and everything like that, you really enjoy yourself. You got, even if it's raining or you got nice weather, you really don't want to go back to work, do you? Hey?
And we just got to the point now where we're thinking, or we've said this in a previous video, with the cost of living and everything, how it is, every time you put the news on, it's something else has gone up.
Yeah.
The council tax has gone up through the roof, the mortgage has gone up, the energy bills are ridiculous. And you're like, we're working so hard, and like everybody does this. I know that you said to me before, well, everybody's in the same boat.
Yeah, everybody is in the same boat. People are working long hours. Some people are doing 2 or 3 jobs to keep up with the cost of living.
You just think to yourself, why are we doing it?
It's just stupid.
To pay for a pile of bricks.
It is a pile of bricks. Yeah, you're right there. I mean, we have got a beautiful house. It's, you know, it's set in a nice location. It's very quiet all round. It's in a cul-de-sac. We've got off-road parking, and there's no one overlooking us at the back, is there?
No, we've got a nice house.
It is a nice house. We've got the parks, which are relatively near to us. Yeah. A few parks, haven't we?
We're in a good location, but I mean, we just you pay through the nose for it. And
that's the thing.
And like we both, since we've had this camper van, although we like the house, we just want to be in this more and more, don't we? Although we've got a nice garden and everything, but now it's come to the point where we need to do the garden a little bit, and we've got some work to do on the house, and we're like, I don't know, it just makes you think. Plus, last week I found out a good friend of mine lost his wife after retiring for only just over 1 year together. So they'd worked all their lives and saved for a retirement like everybody does. They're putting the money into a pension, and they've got all these plans like what they're going to do when they retire, and you know, all the trips they're going to go on and all the places they're going to go to. And then unfortunately suddenly she passed away, and obviously they've had less than 2 years together after all that time working hard. And it just makes you think, like, you save all your money and everything for this rainy day for further down the line, but do you really know if you're going to be all right?
No, you never know. I know it's hard to say, horrible to say, but you never know.
You know what's around the corner.
Your last day's up. You never know if you're going to see tomorrow. So, you know, I think
every day is a blessing.
Every day is a blessing. You've got to take each day as it comes and enjoy life, haven't you?
And we love this camper van so much. Then we've got so many places that we want to go to all around the UK. We want to try and travel to Spain and Europe. But then you're just governed by work all the time. You work holidays. Can you get this holiday? Can we get... Sometimes we can't even get the same holiday.
No, the same weeks off or whatever. It is hard.
You know, you have to work bank holidays. Sometimes you have to work weekends. And it's just like you're just limited. And then you've obviously booked your weeks off in advance, which we have to do. And then we're like, well, what's the weather going to be like?
Yeah, especially if you're in England.
Yeah, because we're used to going abroad, and Tenerife's one of our favourite places. But we like travelling abroad, obviously for the weather. But this is a different thing now. We've got to book off the time to go to locations in the UK, and it might be pouring rain, which.
But you're not guaranteed the weather. But I was just going to say that, you know, we're not guaranteed the weather, but we can drive anywhere, and the prices you pay for a hotel now. Or a caravan.
Yeah, that's another thing, yeah.
Hotels, caravans, holiday parks and everything. It's just ridiculous money. Where as you got the camper van with your bed in it and your cooker and everything, look at the money that you're actually saving.
It's even about £1,500 a week to hire a motorhome. So we looked at that, didn't we?
That's right, yeah.
That's just without the insurance, without any fuel, without obviously any food and your entertainment.
I think you may get a full tank of fuel, but you got to make sure it's full when you come back.
But that's a lot of money, isn't it?
It is a lot of money, yeah.
So, I mean, I know that these motorhomes are beautiful. I'm not taking that away from them, but I just think like it's not a cheap holiday anymore, is it? Whereas now with this, hopefully when we get the solar panel on the top next month and everything, we'll be able to
But
go a bit more
yeah.
wild, if you like.
That's why a lot of people have done their own self-build.
Yeah.
So they started from scratch, got the crafter vans or the Ford vans or the Sprinter vans, or all types of different vans we're seeing, aren't we?
Yeah.
And they've made it their own. They've put their own kitchen in, their own beds.
I love looking at people's vans.
They've built
Love
the
it.
showers. They've insulated it. They put the lighting in, and no van is the same, is it?
No.
They've made it their own. The quirky
And it's
little vans.
interesting
It's
to
really
see,
nice.
like the hacks. You can comment below if you've got any hacks for storage, because although we're having this altered a little bit, obviously with these little vans, storage is, you don't get a lot of
You're
it,
limited.
so you've got to pack well.
Yeah.
We've already made a few mistakes, and that way, putting things in places that we can't reach when we set the bed up.
Yeah, when we put the
did
bed
that
up.
last week, actually. Put the bed up, all happy we were going to cook the food, and then we realised that the cupboard with the pans in was behind the bed, so you had to.
So we had to push the bed back up
So
again.
silly things like that. But I mean, the point we're trying to make is, it's such a gamble. Like, I've talked about this for some time. We've talked about it on the videos as well. Talked about it with my family. If we were to sell the house and go travelling, obviously you need money to live on. We know that. So there's
We'd have the money to live on because the sale of the house.
But you won't last forever.
It won't last forever, and you've got to have something to come back
And
to.
it's quite a mad idea, and everyone's like, well, what are you going to come back to?
But like I said, you're not guaranteed tomorrow.
No.
Nobody knows what's going to happen. So I think you ought to live life to the full and take chances.
So we say this, and then we say we're going to do it,
Live for tomorrow.
and we have the house valued, and then we're still in the same situation, which we've been in this situation now for about 2 years, saying we're going to do it, but it's such a massive leap. But the more and more and more I think I read about on the news and watch the news about bills, food. I went to the shop yesterday.
It's absolutely unbelievable.
£3 for milk.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
Well, you bought Cravendale, didn't you? I noticed.
Oh. Well,
That's probably why it's so dear.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I just picked it. That was the cheapest one.
But the price of a loaf's gone up. I mean, look at a block of cheese now. Oh my God, £2.75.
It's like a luxury item, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cheese.
What's the other one? Coffee. £5-6 a jar.
Lucky I don't like coffee, but I know a lot of people do.
Tea bags.
We like tea, don't we?
Look how dear tea bags are now. We like Yorkshire tea, and for a big box of Yorkshire tea is about, I don't know, what is it, £5.50, £5.60, something like that.
We don't drink as much as we used to, but yeah, I mean.
But we have cut back on stuff because I like chocolate. Jack used to like chocolate, but now
I still do like chocolate.
We have cut down on a lot of chocolate because we used to go out
That's expensive.
over the weekend, buy a load of chocolate, buy a load of crisps, buy a load of wine, and buy wine again, didn't we? Or a bottle of whiskey or
Everybody
something like
likes
that.
to drink.
We've just cut back. I'll cut back on the whiskey.
Sometimes I think that we do that because we're so fed up with the week that we just want to wind down. That's what we do. You have such a week that, you're so stressed out by it. By the time you get to the end of the week, you're like celebrating that you even got to the end of the week.
Yeah.
It's not a way to live your life, is it? I don't think we're put on this planet to do that. No. And I was thinking, when you actually think about how much time you give to your employer for what you actually get, it's a bit rubbish.
That's it.
It's a bit rubbish, but
You think how many hours sleep you have? Probably 7 to 8 hours sleep, and then you're working. I mean, I did a 12-hour day again today. There's a load of people out there who do more hours than that, but with the type of work that I do with driving and walking and carrying stuff, it is very tiring, especially now I'm hitting the age of 60 this year.
Yes, he's 60 this year.
So it does take its toll on you. I think I am quite fit for my age. A lot of people, a few of my friends that I used to go to school with and everything, some of them have got bad knees now, from playing football. I mean, I used to play a load of football, but I used to do a lot of running as well. And I think I've always kept active. I used to play football. I used to run. My jobs that I had, I was carrying furniture upstairs, weren't I? Heavy cupboards and filing cabinets and.
Well, before we had these jobs, we used to have a bouncy castle. We used to do children's entertainment.
Children's entertainment that kept us busy. We used to have bouncy castles, didn't we?
Yeah. So we used to both do it, didn't we? The bouncy castles. We used to have a van each.
I was doing 7 days a week then.
Yeah, so I mean, we've both been active, but you know, just these last few years. Obviously, you get older as well, so
You
we just
notice
talk
that you're
how
getting
tired
tired.
you are all the
Yeah.
time.
You do
Yeah.
those 12-hour days, you come home, you have your dinner, and you just want to sit
Yeah.
down, and then you watch a bit of TV and you find yourself falling asleep.
We're
And
terrible.
you're looking
We
at the
are
clock and
really
it's
bad now.
like 9:30, 9:45. You,
We'll be
do you want
lucky
to
if
go
we
to
watch a
bed?
film and see the end. One
Yeah.
of us is gone.
But how many other people are like that?
Yeah, I
Our
think
age.
it's, well, yeah, I don't know. I noticed though, when we booking campsites the other day, that when you're 60, you get it. You're called a senior, so you might get it cheaper. I didn't look.
But I've noticed when we do go camping, all right, the dog wakes us up because he wants to go to the toilet, so I have to go out and take him to the toilet. But I'm up early.
Yeah, that's
I was
weird.
up at 4:30 last week.
I think when you get up early when you're camping or when you're away,
To
'cause
see
you
the
want
sunrise.
to get up. You want to get up. You know there's nice things out there.
Yeah,
Whereas when you
yeah.
wake, when your alarm clock goes off at home and you've got to go to work, you're like, oh.
But in a nice way, you get up at 4:30, you see the sunrise, you put the kettle on, the kettle's boiling
You've got
away.
a whole long day
You
ahead
open
of
the
you.
door, and then you think, oh, I'm going to cook some breakfast. Oh, it's lovely, isn't it?
It's a nice feeling, yeah.
It is a nice
I mean,
feeling.
that's what we crave, you know, peace of mind. And so I don't know whether we'll end up doing this or not, but we do talk about it more and more. We have this thing called the motorhomeometer, don't we?
Yeah.
And it's like out of 10 every day we try and gauge how we feeling.